episode of Channel 914. I'm your host, as always, Rail Allen. And as you can tell by this tight shot with just me in it, I don't have any guests today. Just me, man. I hadn't done one of these in a while. So, I thought I'd get back to, the way I started just for this one. Of course, I'm going to have more guests coming forward. Got a few people coming up. But just for this one, man, I just wanted to come and get my own shit off. You know what I'm saying? Get some things off of my chest. Some things that I want to talk about, man. A few things going on in the world that I wanted to speak on. Give my humble opinion. See if you agree or not. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's all about the conversation, man. We can't all agree on shit. Everybody feel how they feel. And I feel how I feel. And you know what I feel? Especially right now? It's old. I love the nostalgia. I love to see how the old heads are like still touring, man. All these festivals, they get out there, they collaborating, they're getting money together. It's a beautiful thing. But just looking at that Lovers and Friends coverage, I mean, if you wanted a reminder how old we are now, look no further, bro. I mean, and you know what really made me realize that we old? Reading the reviews, one of the main complaints that I saw from people, now a lot of people enjoyed themselves. It was so many acts. But one of the main complaints that people had wasn't nowhere to sit down. How are you going to have a festival geared at people pretty much, some people, if you're in your 30s, upper 30s, but these are people like in their 40s. Most of the acts that people there were in their 50s, right? So the people that are going to see them are going to be around the same age. They all out there all day? You ain't got nowhere to sit down? I'm not doing that. Summerfest is coming up, but and Summerfest is all day. It's a lot of acts, but you can bring a chair, which I will be bringing. But if I can't bring no chair, if ain't no way to sit down, I'm not going, bro. Ain't no way. At this age of 41 years old or 41 years young, however you want to look at it. Either way, I know my limitations, bro. I'm bringing a fucking chair. And if I can't bring no chair, I'm not going. But yeah, man, it was a lot of sights came out of that. One of the main ones was, of course, everybody saw Ginuwine fall. I just don't know what was he thinking? Ginuwine is 52 years old, bro. 52. What made you think jumping off that stage was a good idea, right? I mean, at this point, I'm getting out of bed slowly. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hopping up too quick. Because, man, all you got to do is move too fast suddenly, you know what I'm saying? Your back can go out, you can pull the muscle, you know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden, now you got to, take Advil and rub cream and shit on your back for the next 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Just getting out of bed, just moving too fast. And knowing this at my age, there's no way I'm jumping off of anything. And this dude is 52 and decided that I'm just going to jump off the stage. But give it up to him. He kept fucking singing. He didn't stop. He kept that note. But I just feel like, man, every time Ginuwine performs at this point, we get some sort of meme, something happens, some wild, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, shout out to Ginuwine, man. Keeping us laughing. Everybody also saw the picture of the brat sporting a type of maternity wear that we ain't never seen before. I don't think at any point in time you've ever seen a cutout Bulls warm-up jersey. Yeah, she had the whole, you dig, like her belly was showing. If for those of you that don't know, most people do. The bride is with child. She's about to have a baby. And she was showing off her baby bump. And it just looked fucking weird, bro. It did. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her. Hopefully her baby is born beautiful and happy and all that other stuff. Yeah, man, but that's just a weird choice. Definitely looked breathable. I'm sure she was getting a nice little breeze in there. You know what I'm saying? It's in Vegas. Could get a little hot out there. So I understand, but no, I don't understand. I don't understand that. That shit was weird. Lil Kim was out there doing crazy dances, man. The goddamn the plastic surgery. Lil Kim used to be so fine. And now every time I see her, it's just like, damn, I don't know. But, hey, man, it's good to see her still out there performing. You know what I'm saying? She still got the moves and shit. She doing all that other little crazy shit. I feel like her and Mary J. Blige got to have like the craziest fucking dance moves. Like that would be, if you talk about a versus, we need to have a fucking dance off between Lil' Kim and Mary J. Blige. I'm watching that shit. That shit would be fucking phenomenal. Hey, Swizz, Timberland, y'all need to make that shit happen, son. Dance off. Queen B, Queen of hip hop R&B. Put that shit together. And I need a percentage of that too, because it's my fucking idea. But yeah, and also, I guess the night before, allegedly, Chris Brown and his entourage beat up Usher. I don't really know if I believe that shit, to be quite honest with you, but it was all over the internet, so people were talking about it. But then, apparently the next day, he got into it at the festival. Now, I don't know what's going on with Chris Brown. He been beating up people for a long time. I shouldn't have said that. That was wrong. Don't cancel me. But he has a history of anger issues. I would just say that. I don't know, bro. You need to seek some counseling. Maybe put the coke down. You know what I'm saying? Hell of a performer. Hell of a singer. Dance his ass off. But stop fighting people, bro. You're not Anthony Mason, man. Calm the fuck down. But yeah, man, like I said, that shit just made me realize how old I am. That how, like, the early 2000s was 20 years ago. And it's just, man, like, you know, I'm still happy. I'm here. I'm healthy. Growing older is a privilege, man. Something that not all of us get a chance to do. So I don't run from it. Every time I look in the mirror, I got new fucking gray hair. It is what it is. I'm already bald. Been that way for a while. But you know, I'm embracing it, man. You know, it's a beautiful thing. Every day above ground is a gift. That's why they call it the present, right? So we just gotta, man, take care of ourselves, eat right, hit the gym, you know what I'm saying? Try to stay healthy. But I know the gym ain't for everybody, and some people like to take shortcuts. So I know plastic surgery was typically something that only seemed reserved for women. Not now, man. Dudes is out here going under the knife, man. It's not something I could ever see myself doing, I guess, but to each his own. It seems a little weird, though. I guess, so there's this guy by the name of Bandman Kevo, which I found out is from Chicago, which blows my mind even fucking more. I didn't even know. I didn't know who he was. And then I found out he's from Chicago, which just led to even more disappointment. But he's kind of like the pioneer of dudes being open about getting liposuction. And apparently he was inspired to get lipo after his girlfriend cheated on him, which it's a whole lot to unpack there. We're not going to do that shit right now. But yeah, so he was inspired to get lipo after his girlfriend cheated on him. And he decided, you know what? I'm finna get some abs on this bitch. And he went and got lipo, man. He got all this shit. Now he all cut up. He on Instagram with his shirt off, taking all types of pictures and shit. And it's a little weird, but if you got the means, if you got the want to, then I guess, man. But it just seems like that's cheating. It is, man. It really is. He's not the only one, though. So apparently, in the year 2020, is the most recent stats I could get, 289,000 men had some form of plastic surgery. That's a lot of people. That's over 250,000, right? Now, women still make up the bulk of plastic surgery patients, right? But the number of men that are having it is growing rapidly, right? It's just not for women anymore. The top choices for men in terms of plastic surgery are cheek implants, liposuction, nose reshaping. Some guys are getting butt implants and butt lifts. Yeah, dudes is out here getting BBLs. Crazy times we're living in. So this is a guy by the name of Dr. Krister Balgobin, who goes by Dr. BBL on Instagram, says that men make up about 10% of his clients, where like a few years ago, it was only like 2%. So that's a big jump, right? And says the bulk of his patients that are men are coming in for lipo. And there's a guy that everybody knows him. I didn't know his name before. He's an internet star. His dude's name is Andrew Caldwell. He's famous because he was apparently at one point in time, he liked men. But then he more famously proclaimed that he doesn't like men's anymore. He loves women's. Women's. That dude, right? He got liposuction as well. Not only has he gotten lipo, but now he's getting surgery on his arms, he's getting surgery on his face, and his nose. So he's just getting the whole fucking package. He's just getting his whole body done, right? And I don't know, like I said, to each his own, but I don't know. I don't take surgery lightly. I'm not going under the knife for nothing superficial. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I got a little stuff I could probably take care of, man, but hey, bro, if I can't get that shit right in the gym, man, it is what it is. I'm just going to have to deal with it. But like I said, if you got the means, if you want to, and you got the know-how, the want to, hey, bro, go off, man. Do what you got to do. Another wild thing that I just found out about in terms of surgery is guys are getting leg lengthening surgeries. Yeah. And let me just describe this shit for you, right? So what happens is they cut into your thigh bone, right? And then they insert a metal rod in there, into the thigh bone. So after the surgery, over the next 4 months or so, every day by remote control, they lengthen the rod by 1 millimeter, right? And they do that every day. Right? There's somebody somewhere in some doctor's office somewhere hitting a fucking button every day and it's causing your leg to lengthen, right? So then new bone grows over the rod. So that's how they make you taller. After the 4 or so months, however long it takes to get to the desired height, then you have to have another surgery to remove the rod, right? Now, from what I've read, the recovery and the surgery and the lengthening, all the shit is very fucking painful. Like, you go through a lot. And if it's strictly for cosmetic purposes, because this isn't a new technique, this was something that was pioneered because, like, some people are born with deformities. I mean, you know, somebody might have one leg longer than the other. You ever seen somebody dancing in a circle and they don't want to dance in a circle, but they can't help themselves because one leg is longer than the other? Yeah, so for people like that, this surgery existed. So, but if it's strictly for cosmetic purposes, then your insurance isn't covering it. And the surgery can range from like anywhere from like $75,000 to $100,000, man, before it's all said and done. And that's a lot of money to raise just to grow a few inches. One case I read about, the guy started at 5'7" and he ended up at 5'10". So you go through all that pain and all that money just to grow 3 inches. Somehow, man, 3 inches just don't seem like it's worth it to me, bro. I don't know. I mean, thankfully, I was not born short. Shout out for my genetics, shout out to my parents, shout out to my family, my bloodline. You know, I'm a little tall. You know, I'm not like super tall, but I'm like 6'2". And so I don't have these problems. I know, you know, short guys, man, they be hard on you out here, right? Women always talk about they don't want no short guy. They don't want to date nobody that's shorter than them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a hard time reaching shit off the top shelf. You know, you got to use step stools in your own house, man. I mean, you know, you got to like hop in the car and shit. If you got a truck, you know what I'm saying? You got to like pull yourself up. I know I can imagine that could be a little challenging, man. You might get tired of that, but I don't know, man. That just seems like a bit extreme. Like, you getting your leg cut open and they putting rods in there, and it's just, you know, and all that just for 3 inches, man. I don't know. I mean, it seems like, so there are cases where 3 inches could make a bit of a difference. Another surgery the guys are getting, penis enhancements. The guy, Dr. BBL, also does that. He says a lot of guys are coming in there getting those penis enhancements. So, like, now 3 inches could change your life there, I guess. But yeah, man. Now, that one is also a little more affordable. So a penis enhancement is going to run you about 10 grand, right? So $75K versus $10K. You can get your leg lengthened or you can get your penis lengthened. I mean, I think you might want to prioritize where you put your 3 inches. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but like I said, to each his own. Do what you got to do for you. But at the end of the day, man, at some point, we just got to love ourselves, man. Love ourselves for who we are, for how we were born, for the things that God gave us, man, how we were born with, the genetics that were passed down from our parents, man. You know, we just got to be okay with that, right? Speaking of love, something else that got the internet all in a tizzy. And there's somebody else that I had no idea who this person was before this even happened. Ebony K. Williams said that she doesn't want to date a bus driver. She wants to date a guy that owns the bus or owns the bus company or whatever. And, of course, this got the internet in the uproar, and so people are on both sides like, oh, yeah, you know, I don't like, you know. I mean, basically, okay, for me personally, I don't give a shit, right? Everybody has the right to want what they want. You know, go after what you want, go after what you desire. Everybody has the right to have their standards, man. Whatever they are, however crazy they may be to some other people, if it's a personal choice for you, hey, man, go off. I have a little bit of a rule for myself where I just don't feel like you should expect things of others that you don't expect of yourself. So I definitely see a lot of times where like people will have these requirements of the people that they seek as a partner, in terms of like a lot of course, is financial security, you know, just having your shit together. And then they don't really have any of that themselves. So I think that's a little odd. But those people still have the right to want what they want. You know what I'm saying? It may come through for them, it may not. Some people may see it as a little delusional, but hey, man, everybody got the right. And for her, as far as I can see, she seems to be well established. You know, she got her career in order or whatever. So if she wants somebody that's quote unquote equally yoked, then hey, man, she has the right. I just find it odd that people get so upset and get on the internet and have all these statuses and writing all these long ass dissertations in the comment sections. And I never understand how things that other people say, opinions that other people have that really have nothing to do with you, why do they get you so upset? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you are a bus driver and that is your job, then just know Ebony Williams ain't fucking with you. There are plenty of other women, possibly named Ebony, that would. Having a bus driver is a good job. You know what I'm saying? I live in Chicago. CTA is a job that a lot of people would like to have. Now, me, myself, I'm not driving no bus, especially in Chicago, because I just imagine the type of shit y'all got to deal with on a daily basis. I ain't got the patience for it. But I got a cousin that drove a bus for a long time, man. Did a good job with it. Was able to live a good life off of it. The other people that I know work for CTA, man, you know, hey, there's nothing wrong with being a bus driver. But there's also nothing wrong with her not wanting to date one, because that's what the fuck she wants. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, like, you know, I don't want to date nobody over 350 pounds. But that's my preference, you know? Excuse me. That doesn't mean that nobody should. And I'm joking, by the way. I don't have a weight requirement. You know, I would like to date somebody that takes care of themselves, that is physically fit, because I myself am physically fit. So, you know, that's important to me. But that doesn't mean that if you don't work out, I feel like you shouldn't fucking date anybody or nobody should love you. And it seems like that's the way people take it. It's like people take the shit personally to them, right? Like, how's she gonna say all this? And who the fuck where did she get off saying, oh, there ain't nothing wrong with being a bus driver and all that other shit? It's just like, bro, it's not that serious, man. It's her preference. I just, for the life of me, I just don't understand why people let what somebody else says on the internet get them so angry. It's just, I don't know. It's fucking mind boggling to me. I will never get it. But for her, hey man, do what you want to do. But the only problem I did have with it though was when she tried to like come back and say about this her trying to uplift black men and blaming this on white supremacy and all that other shit. Now that was bullshit, right? Okay, you ain't have to go all and just blaming the white man for this, right? This is what you want. You don't want to date a bus driver, and that's okay. Stand on your preference. What the fuck does white supremacy have to do with it? That was a bit odd to me. You know what I'm saying? But hey, people was at her neck. She felt the need to respond. And then, when all else fails, blame that shit on white supremacy. I guess, man. But hey, man, like who you like, set your standards, set your preferences, no matter what they are. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, if you 4'11", and you want somebody that's 6'2", hey, man, go find you somebody that's 6'2". You got that right. Hope you find that person, man. Everybody deserves love. Everybody deserves to be loved. Just love who love you. And if you know somebody that doesn't want what you are or what you have, then go find somebody that does. What the fuck, you gonna change their mind? For what? You don't never want to convince nobody to love you, Joe. That's not the place you want to be. So yeah, man, just goes back to loving yourself, loving who you are, and love who loves you, and don't worry about what those other people have to say. The saying goes, those that matter don't mind, and those that mind don't matter. So yeah, man, and I know I do love myself, right? I've always had a bit of a self-confidence. That's not to say that I'm without insecurities or anything like that. But I've always had a bit of a belief in myself. And I owe a lot of that, I believe, to my mom. Sunday is Mother's Day, so I really just want to take this time to acknowledge not just all the mothers out there, but specifically my mother. My mother, talk about unconditional love, man. She loved us, man, me and my brother, fiercely. She, through all our stages, man, through the good and the bad, us being knuckleheads and not always wanting to do the right thing, she didn't coddle us, and she definitely, my mom ain't nothing to play with. She definitely check us, you know what I'm saying? Like, my mama was quick, like you say the wrong thing. My mama done slapped me in public before, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't got outside my body. But it was always out of love, you know what I'm saying? It was never anything where my mom was just malicious or just, I don't have mommy issues. I don't have daddy issues. Thankfully, and as I get older, now this is a recurring theme, but as I've gotten older, I've become so much more grateful for my upbringing. And I had two parents that both loved me. And there was never any doubt about it. I never had to wonder how they felt. They always made it perfectly clear. And they would do anything to make sure me and my brother had what we needed to have. And that went past when we were kids and still living in the house, man. It's even to this day, obviously I'm a grown man. I live up by myself. I take care of myself and my child and all that other stuff. But I know that if I'm ever in a pinch, if they have the ability to, they will. And especially my mom, man. My mom she's one of those like that are still like, there's been times, man, where I was down and out, and being so prideful and not wanting to ask anything, and my mama hugged me and just like slipped me some in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Um, and me not wanting to admit that I needed it, but I did. Um, and there's just something about having that pride, man. But just knowing like my mama, she just, like they always say, mamas always know. And my mama always knew when I needed something, even if I didn't want to say it. So, she loved me through all that, the times of me struggling. And, thankfully those days are over. But even still, man, my mama always asked me, hey, you okay? You need anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, she at Target, she gonna ask me, do I need something? Or at Sam's Club or Costco, shit, I mean, I ain't bought no toilet paper in a while. My mom always asks me when she there, if I need something, it's just that little stuff like that, man, that I appreciate so much. I don't take for granted. And especially as I've gotten older and you see other people in their relationships with their parents, and it just is not always good. And you see people that have issues because of it. And I'm just thankful that, my mom loved me the way that she did growing up, and the way she still does to this day, me being a 41-year-old man. And I just want to say thank you to my mom. I love you to death. You know that. But yeah, happy Mother's Day. And happy Mother's Day to all the moms. Moms are the backbone, man. Y'all hold it together. Y'all keep us straight. Y'all love us, even when we don't necessarily always deserve it, man. And y'all don't always get enough credit, the credit that you deserve. So I hope this Sunday you guys are able to take a load off, go to brunch or something, get some mimosas, chill out, and, just bask in the glow of being a mom. But I'm so thankful for the one that I have. I'm glad that I'm able to pass down the way I was raised and to pour that same type of love into my kid. And hopefully she'll be able to pour that same type of love into hers. And with that being said, that's a wrap for this episode, Channel 914. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Continue to like, subscribe, share. Once again, to everybody that takes the time to view my content, I just want to say thank you. There's so much out there, man. There's so much stuff that you could view. So if you take the time to view mine, man, I just never want to take that for granted, man. So I just always want to express my gratitude for that. And until next time, peace.